So, hello guys, I'm Dodo, and today's video is going to be a bit different than the usual ones. Maybe it's the start of the new series. I'll see how you guys like it or not. But in today's video, we are going to take a look at Benja's POV from one of the EML Kickoff games against Heretics. Shout out to this guy, by the way, uploading these POVs. They are really useful, a good way to learn about the game, and I will be sharing some thoughts about this POV particularly. And yep, let's jump right into it. So this was the second game. Wait, where it is? Here. Second game for G2 against Heretics. They lost the first game against VP a day before, I think. Previous playday. G2 banned Bandit Kate, which is pre-default to help with the breaches. Heretics banned Grim and Monty first. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to be skipping through the unimportant parts and fast forwarding because Benja does a lot of AFK stuff. So yeah, here he does a little drone parkour to get to the jacuzzi balcony. This is really useful. As you can see, his drone gets here with 22 seconds left into the prep phase, so this drone can be unnoticed by the defenders who are coming up. We will see Akwi playing here around in gym, and by the time he gets here, this drone is already in position and it's not moving, so it's hard to spot as a defender. Then he checks what operator is here. Then he gets spotted by a Mozzie and he destroys his drone. But G2 now has the information about Riaz and Akwi playing above with the two operators seen. They spawn in. G2's lineup is a pretty aggressive lineup with good guns. Typical G2 way to play the game. But what Benja does here is really ballsy. Doki opens the window for him. He checks the angle and jumps in. Riaz almost catches him off guard. But I guess you can get away with stuff like this if you're Benja and G2. And then he gets into this passive position. He's holding the only angle that can hurt him. And he's waiting for his teammates to set up. Doki's outside of the pool window. I assume graffiti area is the kitchen hallway where Stompen's playing. I don't know where front porch and trash is, but we'll see soon from the outlines where Shaiko and Alamau are. Yeah. And they will soon gun 6 this barricade. And go for the kill on the castle in the bar. The reason they want to go for this kill, Shaiko is outside main door with the Demas droning. He's checking lounge and the stock, so he can swing this guy from the main door. The reason they wanna kill this guy is because castle is the breach here for the roamers. Like, if castle dies, then Ella and Mozzie are stuck above without no help, and then G2 can make the decision if they wanna go hit the side or if they wanna clear the other two guys. So yeah, this is what will happen here. The gun 6 the door, the yellow ping comes in on the castle, Benja swings him, easy kill. And then we can see that he instantly drops for moto, goes for side, gets in the barb, and gets destroyed by Lolo, one of the side players. I don't think it was a bad decision here, like, they wanted to keep going fast after getting the first kill. Unfortunately, we won't see from this POV how the rest of the round plays out here, but I think what Benja did here was really good. Like, he took a really important defender with him and made chaos into Heretics, and then like G2 ends up winning the round anyway, so the teammates has finished the job. Second round, Heretics go CC, I think. Or wait, no, it's Jim, it's Jim. Benja no, it's CC, my bad. He does the same parkour. Then he checked how the bedroom setup is looking from the drone. He saw the jacuzzi was reinforced, and maybe even the feed holes for Logi, so he knows it will be some sort of extension. But G2 ends up going for catwalk take instead. He's gonna fast forward through this stuff. Benja ends up on floors. Puts a claymore for the bar jump out. And then gets the bottom garage wall for Shaiko and for pressure. Floors is really good here to clear the castles, as we can see, to make pressure on this lounge guy, which is honestly the only defender that can help the catwalk player. Nice little play by Heretics though. They have a bulletproof cam in lounge, and from the bulletproof cam they EMP the floors drone, which is activated by Benja. So it wastes some time, and I'm pretty sure if they keep repeating it, then they can basically deny the floors forever. I don't think that will be the case here. He checks bar. He knows that it's roughly free. Then he rotates to the CC window. He can't really pressure lounge anymore. That wall is reinforced, by the way. I don't know why the replay is bugged. There's two guys playing on catwalk, the Jaeger and the Azami. G2 knows this. Doki is standing on the garage door in a one-way angle with the BB. It's really strong. There's a bunch of TikToks about it, a bunch of YouTube shorts. It's basically a one-way angle, which is unkillable. So yeah, Benja punches a hole into the CC barricade, then stays really patient for a long time here in this run. Just holding this pixel angle for the Jaeger. Then he decides to try to make the Jaeger move. Shaiko gets a kill from lounge, as far as I'm aware. And by the time this Jaeger is moving because of the Flores drone, Shaiko swings in and tries to get the kill, but loses the gunfight. So that's a nice play by Benja. It's just unlucky that his teammate couldn't win the gunfight. I'm not sure how he knows that bedroom is free, but he ends up going for an early jump in. They are in a 3v4, so he has to take some risk. Then he realizes that the cash wall is reinforced, so he ends up not going there in the end. There's still two guys on catwalk, they couldn't clear them. Stompen is playing on a CC bridge. They're just waiting for Doki's rotation at this point. And yeah, Doki's gonna jump into construction with the BB, if I remember correctly. Spots the guy top red. He kills the Jaeger trying to rotate from catwalk. I think that was a slight misplay from Dora there, like he shot at his teammate like 2 seconds before, so he could have assumed that he stayed in a window, but good kill from Benja. Like he took advantage of the opportunity. Doki is in construction at this time. Benja will try to go and double up with him. Stompen gets the kill on the other catwalk guy, so it's just Lolo in cash and Castle Riaz on the red stairs. They don't know about the echo here, which basically makes them lose the round. But It was a pretty nice try still by them. But I want you to notice how patient Benja was all the time on the CC window and around lounge. Like, when you have Shaiko and Alamao as teammates, and even Doki, who is known to be really aggressive, this style of Benja and Stompen, this more of a slow and baity style, suits really well. It must be really easy for them to set out the roles this way. He drones up main stairs, like, it's a micro mistake, but I think he could have jumped the same parkour he did before, because this way your drone will get destroyed 90% of the time. But I don't think it really matters for G2. But it's something good to know. Then he picks ace this round. CC wall is soft, so they know it's not gonna be much of a CC extension. He uses an ace on the soft wall, which is kind of 50-50. Like, a defender from red could always come and wallbang this. That wall is reinforced again. It doesn't show for some reason in the replay. But this is a really good play by them. Basically, 40 seconds into the round, less than 40 seconds into the round, they already made a ton of pressure onto the cash guy, and there's no one playing in cash already. So they took control of this part of the map in 40 seconds. Obviously, Heretics didn't want to contest this too much, but it's like still a fast and efficient way to clear this part of the map. Then he drops Diffuser and moves into his late round position, which will be Jacuzzi. He rotates on the roof, spots the Azami in gym. Stompen's gonna hard breach the wall for him, so he has one more ace charge he can use on the inside bathroom wall. This is nice utility usage by G2, a good way of making more pressure. And now he's gonna play passive. As we can see, Shaiko is droning up red stairs, Doki is in CC, droning as well. Stompen was here at the Jacuzzi. His teammates are not in position yet. He doesn't have to do much. He's just holding a passive angle, waiting for his teammates to set up. He's gonna hold this angle for a really long time. Shuts the default cam. Moves close, lets the defenders know that he's here, so they cannot just move around in short and stuff. But he's never overcommitting, he's not swinging into the angles too much. As you can see, he's always isolating one angle at a time, which makes him really hard to kill because of this Zami. Like, he can decide which angle to check every given time of the round. He's gonna wait a bit more, wait for his teammates to set up. And when the call comes that they want to go for the plant, which will be pretty soon. Yeah, he got an echo cam, he hears it. That's a nice little sign cue by him. Doki gets picked off from the window, I guess. And now, when the teammates are making the pressure on the map, tries to breach the bathroom wall. The reason this works for him is because his teammates are making pressure and occupying the defenders. If he did this like 15 seconds earlier, the gym guy would have came to the bomb and just shot it. But now they know that there's attackers on the window, so they can't really move around in gym. It's risky. The gym guy won't want to peek. This is good patience by him on this play. He gets almost killed by the Azami. I guess he was exposed to the angle without him knowing it. It's Little mistake by him, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't die. Azami closes the breach again. He's not going for the punch instantly, he's trying to fish through this pixel. And now he goes for the punch. Notice how he punched it 2 times, so now it's only 1 punch left. When his other teammates are gonna jump in the window, he can punch it instantly and be ready. But for now, he leaves this Azami Kiba up to provide him more cover. Now he decides to shoot it. Stomp and dies in the windows. And soon Alamao will jump in from gym. He spots Dora on a cheeky little angle. Gets the bathroom kill. That's a really important one. And yeah, I'll just use this template for a second. Here we have the little guys from G2. Benji is here. I think it's Alamao on the window and Shaiko in construction. Like the way they wanna work here is they wanna jump in and plant in gym on the reinforcement. Like they saw from the drones, Benja saw it from the drones, that these 2 walls are reinforced, which makes a really good way to plant. In this execute, Benja's only job is to cover short. That's why he's playing it passive most of the round. He doesn't want to die, he doesn't want to overexpose. He just have to take care of this. Shaiko will hold the bedroom swing. They kill the bathroom guy, so Alamao now can just jump in and plant. If he gets pushed from bedroom, Shaiko gets them. If he gets pushed from short, Benja gets them. But Lolo has still 1 echo cam, which makes things a bit more complicated. Now Shaiko is tracking Torn. Now they know that most likely they are both in Logi. Alamao jumps in bedroom, actually not even gym. And Shaiko goes for the kill. They know where the echo cam is because he just used the stun. He wanted to stun the guy for the Torn, but he ended up losing the gunfight, so now they know where the echo cam is.
15 seconds to go.
And Alamao goes for the plant in gym. Lolo kills Shaiko in bedroom. Now they have the info about the guy. Alamao starts planting. And for the sound, Benja swings Lolo, who came through the gold rotation. He crouches during the swing. Let's put it in slow motion. Before he swings, he goes crouch to mess up the crosshair placement of the echo and pre-fires the guy for the sound. Honestly, I'm not sure here if it's like the perfect decision, but it's good enough to win the round. He confidently swung the guy and won the gunfight, so nothing much else to say. Alamao was only halfway through the plan, so he had to kill this guy.
Protect your bombs from being defeated.
And now defenders go back to church. He draws the little drone parker again. I recommend everyone trying this out in a custom game a few times to get it right, so you can have good timings here as Benji does. He puts the gym drone again. He notices that there's much less roam presence here now. He doesn't even see the guy, so now G2 can assume that it's a fake roam, which will make the roam clear a lot easier for them. Let's see what Benja does here. Yeah, he quickly drones, checks all the hiding spots, as efficient as possible. He's jumping a bit too much with the drone, but I guess since no one's here, that's not a big problem. But in general, you want to keep jumping with the drone as less as possible. But this is just, again, a very small micro thing. Now they know top floor is free. In less than a minute, they cleared all the top floor, which is pretty good. Even though it was a fake roam, it's good to have control this fast. Stomp and Rappos in main window, who was previously holding the fallback. They see that strip is barricaded, so they decide to not clear it, which is a pretty confident decision, just like how he ran down here on main stairs. I think this was a little bit dangerous because as far as I'm aware there's no verts on bottom main, so there could be a guy playing close. At least if I were him I would keep gun up and check the angles close main. But he doesn't get punished, so it's not a problem. He tries to go for the Salma charge on the church wall pretty early. Even with the two barrows, it's gonna open at 1 minute. That's really early. That's really bad for Heretics. They couldn't waste any time of G2. Now he puts a nice little drone into deep arsenal. He checks the setup. Oh wait, there was some vert on bottom main. Then it's fine. He's gathering information about the defenders. He puts a drone in church at the end. I think he's moving a bit too much with the drone here. Like, Dora on the Tubarão doesn't see the drone for some reason, but with him doing all these small movements, he's making a lot of sound with the drone, which could give away the position of it, which is again a little bit of a micro mistake, but doesn't get punished again, so it's fine. Lolo gets injured by Alimao, I think, from the main stairs, because there's Denaris on this side, so I don't think he should be swinging the moto at all, so I really hope it was from Alimao on main stairs. Now with the church wall open, Heretics has to go a little bit aggressive. Like, they cannot really play on site anymore, they have to get a pick and relieve some pressure in some way. Doki drops blue hedge, Akwi gets the kill and immediately goes to oil pit, which is a good play by him. Benjo drops moto, gets hit by the Nanari. Finishes the injure of Lolo and gets into this passive angle for a few seconds in moto. Or after all, his patience pays out because he gets the kill on Akwi. And he has the info that Tubarão was close in church. And he was holding from this angle behind the bomb before, so he knows that Tubarão must be on this side of church somewhere, the left side. Good refrag on Alimao. If we want to be perfect here, he maybe could have killed him earlier, but he didn't see him, so it's like still fine this way. They goyoed off the church door, so they cannot push through it from moto. Stomp and jumps in, tries to go for the plant. Gets the kill on the blue guy. I don't know who was, but the swing from him was really good because he enabled Zara to get the flank on long. And G2 ends up losing on time here, basically. But it's a pretty solid round from Benja, like, he contributed to the roam clear quite a lot. And then got some nice kills at the end. It's gonna be a CC round again, and he places a different drone this round. He's gonna place his drone in bar. We'll see in a few seconds why this is good for him. G2 are trying to go for the same kind of catwalk clear as in the previous round. Because Heretics banned the Capitão, G2 banned the Zami, so catwalk take should become easier. Technically, with the Capitão ban it makes it harder, but I think missing the Zami is more of a pain for the defenders. Shaiko gets on the Demas. Benja uses one Flores drone to get bottom garage open, and that drone he plays in the prep phase makes him aware of any potential player in bar, so he cannot really get swung from the main door. He does a little hole on the barricade, the hold lounge. He's gonna hold it for quite a while here. Again, he's really patient. His teammates are doing the heavy lifting. Stompen is rappelling outside the CC bridge, basically holding an angle as well. It's Alamao, Shaiko, and maybe even Doki is holding as well, but Alamao and the Shaiko are playing to clear this guy in lounge, and Benja just helps them by holding this angle and cutting him off. Now, Akwi is pretty smart because he goes prone, tries to go under the baby steps here so he doesn't get seen. But overall still ends up dying to Alamao, which is a guy dead in lounge again. Catwalk guy dies to Shaiko for some reason, and Catwalk and lounge control is G2's in 1 minute into the round. Yeah, this round is pretty much done already, judging by the positions. Let's see what Benja will do next. Shaiko and Doki are already taking garage, they are walking up catwalk. Benja is keeping control of lounge for any potential C4s or denying below, but then he ends up going above. I don't know if it's because they realize the enemy has no C4s left, or they just want to risk the potential of getting denied from below. But he ends up going above anyway. He punches this window again. Now this window is vaultable for him, which is gonna be important for later on in the round. He doesn't jump in instantly. He waits for his teammate, and I really like this play by G2. I'll explain in a second how this is. One guy is playing in cash from the defenders, and one guy top red stairs. 5v2, nothing they can do pretty much, but this combo at the end is gonna make sure the round is won. He's looking at his teammates' outlines and waiting for Doki to call his jump in. That's why he's looking at the floor, or looking nowhere basically. They moved Alamao to the CC bridge and Stompen to catwalk, probably to be able to bridge the catwalk double wall. It's probably been reinforced, both of them. And now, as soon as Doki gives him the signal, he jumps in. I'm pretty sure it was Doki contesting this guy from catwalk and just letting know Benja when to jump in. But even if it was an individual play, he waited and he found a good timing, so well play either way. And then they just close out the kill on Dora, nothing much he can do in this situation. So yeah, three attacks on Clubhouse already, pretty good for G2. And for last round, Heretics are going to gym. Here is the drone parker again. He spots the Mira, he sees what setup they have, and then ends up putting the gym drone again. Dora is expecting it, maybe it's prep work, maybe it's just awareness from his side, but again, it's not the end of the world that they lost the drone. Now Heretics have the clash, which changes a bit, but they are still not going to contest cash a lot. This way Benja is covering both the radio and red swing at the same time without having to move his mouse much for Stompen, who is shotgunning the wall for him. After that, I don't agree with this, honestly. I think there's safer ways to get this Salma on the casual, because he could be swung from radio anytime and just be fired but it's like a really slim chance, you know, like maybe if he does this 100 times, he maybe gets swung 3 or 4 times, and out of that times he dies 2 times. So it's not a big risk, but still a risk. So if you want to aim for perfection, you could ace from this side of the balcony or like farther back, and that way radio cannot swing you, but red can steal. So it's a gamble anyway. But we are not looking for perfect here. We're looking for good enough. The bridge gets open. Clash is already forced back. No one playing in cash. Again, 45 seconds with the ace. Cash is really hard to defend this way, with hard bridge denies band and ace open. And again, he moves to Jacuzzi. Same kind of position as before. Now he faces some difficulties because there's Wama in bathroom with impacts. There's feet holes on the Jacuzzi wall, which makes it possible for the Wamai to impact trick this wall and deny the entry from Benja. But luckily for Benja, he doesn't want to entry, he just wants to do the same thing as before, control short for his teammates. So it's not a big deal, and he's going to occupy the clash for a long time as well, which is even better. I don't know why Lolo stayed here with the clash. Maybe they expected a Jacuzzi push or something, but he's gonna keep this clash occupied for a very, very long time. He's gonna play around close to him. Oh, now I understand why. Okay, I didn't remember this, that the Wamai died in bathroom. And he breached the bathroom wall again. And again, Clash is contesting him all the time. He knows his teammates are not ready yet, so he doesn't have to peek. He just plays passive, completely unkillable in this position. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because this is not very interesting. Basically AFK waiting for his teammates. And when he gets the signal to aggress, he flashes the clash. He's keeping control of short very passively, and the plant starts going down. Alamau gets killed from gold, I assume. Doki gets the refrag. Benja is just still controlling short, doesn't overextend. He has the information about the clash, and he saw the other guy running down main stairs, so he's holding these two guys trapped. Without killing Benja, they cannot leave, and he's probably calling this to his teammates. The track is coming in for the Mira, so he can C4 from below. Shaiko is gonna take care of the Mira, and Benja is holding the clash, and then G2 can basically plant anywhere they want, but it doesn't even need to be planted because Stompen just rips the head off the clash. And yeah, this is how G2 ends up in a 4-2 split on attack. What to take away from Benja's gameplay? Sometimes doing less is more. Like, you don't have to be peeking everything, you don't have to be taking risks. If you have a passive position, it's a way to play the game as well. Someone has to do it. There's always passive positions on every attack, and Benja does it really well. Basically, 0 big mistakes I can point out in the first half. He never overpeaked, he never exposed himself too much. So yeah, really well played by him in the first half. Now they go basement, he opens the pull hedge for the defenders, for the roamers above. He barricades trip. Pretty default roam, honestly. It's gonna be more of a time waste with just... wait, actually there's 2 above. Shaiko on Gary's side, Stompen in bedroom, and 2 guys on site, and Benja as the bridge. G2 doesn't play a castle in bar. I think it's kind of out of meta now. Like, I don't like playing a castle in bar anymore. They probably have the hatch reinforced and the 2 guys above. Benja plays in a much more passive position. He knows about the ram. Again, he's not overextending, he's not peeking the kitchen hallway, there's no reason to be peeking that. And what will happen here is a really good example to show micro plays with the team. They don't end up getting a kill from it, but it's still really good to see. So as you can see, Benja is playing on the main stairs close, probably waiting for a drone to come his way to waste some utility. But there's already verts on the kitchen hallway, so we have to keep that in mind. But he's not being pressured too much. But as you can see, Stompen is holding the verts for him. He's helping his teammates from below the verts. Obviously, he might not kill the guy walking through the verts, but at least he will let Benja know that someone's coming for him. He's still playing passive, there's no reason for him to be moving, he's not being pressured. He's just patient again. And now his teammates get into a more aggressive position to help him leave. They end up leaving. The round hits the 1.5 minute mark. So now it's basically being ready to counter the execute. It's not about wasting utility anymore. He gets into this dummies position, which is a good position to be in. As smoke, he can smoke dirt, he can smoke kitchen drop, he can smoke bottom main, he can smoke blue, pretty much in under a second, so it's a really strong position to play with the smoke. There's two guys pushing dirt with the shield. Shaiko gets killed in blue. That's not ideal for G2, it's a pretty early death, but sometimes it happens. He spots the BB, he holds the angle and then gets pre-fired by Zara. It's a really brave peek by him, honestly, because him having to peek this angle, he's exposed to turbox all the time. So yeah, that's the refrag right after. He basically gambled, because if he doesn't kill Benja, he just dies from Alamau, and then it's like a bad play. But this way, he hits the shot and it's a good play. So well played to him. Unlucky for Benja. I don't think this was much of a mistake on his side. They go gym next after losing the first basement round. Benja gets on the mute again. Previously it was smoke, but it's pretty similar operators in terms of utility and guns. G2 has the clash as well. I don't know the point of this mute jammer next to the other one. He's gonna pick it up, yep. And move it to the con single. The reason why he makes those holes above the cash wall is that so he can see for the CC balcony. He's gonna see for it both gym rounds, and even once one of the gym rounds he gets a kill from it. Oh, sorry. Monty's taking catwalk. Nothing much you can do long term. It's just Stompen and Benja here. The two most passive players, by the way, on the extension, which is a good decision by G2, I think. This way they make sure that it's probably Benja and Stompen on this team who has the most chance of both leaving cash safely. Like G2's strat with the Mira and the Clash is to play for late round. They don't want to give a pick for cash. They don't want to lose advantage in the early rounds. So they put the two most passive players here on the team to waste time and fall back. And this is exactly what will happen. He holds the C4. He can either C4 catwalk from the rotation or CC balcony. I think he's gonna C4 CC balcony, if I remember correctly. Now Alamau got here somewhere, I don't know from where, but he's on red stairs. There he goes for the C4. Almost gets Dora. Really good C4, really close. And now he probably calls for the team that, okay guys, they're gonna breach the cache wall because they EMP'd. Let's fall back. Monty's in the door, so it's a good chance for him to fall back. He also pops the extinguisher behind him, so the catwalk guy is in a bit of a smoke. And then they leave. Alamau dies. I don't know how or for what reason, but he ends up dying. And Benjamaster and Stompen leaves, as I told before, the two perfect guys for this job.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
The reason he stays in this position in logistics is actually genius by him. We're gonna see later in the round, but you might worry why he's exposed to the hedge, but if the hedge guy tries to peek him, he sees his leg first, and then it's an advantageous gunfight for Benja. So this is actually a pretty safe position for him. He trusts himself, he knows he will kill the guy if he swings the hedge. But honestly, if you want, you could hide in the other corner of this door, which is objectively a safer position. The only way that's not safer if the guy from construction door swings in. So what I mean by this is technically he could hide in that position. Let's move everyone out of the way. But then if construction swings him, it sees him, so he stays this way. He's exposed to the hedge, but it's safe from everything else. Really good positioning by him. One of the strongest contributions of Benja to this team is positioning. He spots the drone, and then we will see how this Dimas gets killed. Like, he doesn't even hit Benja, I think. Oh wait, he does, but it's still an advantageous gunfight for him. But as you can see, he uses 14 out of the 17 bullets for that kill. And then, really good play by Lolo. He ADS's him because he knows he doesn't have much bullets. And when you have 2 bullets in your mag and the Monty is ADSing you, it's a high pressure situation. It's very unlikely that you are going to hit that shot. Even if you are Benja, even if you are really calm. It's a hard shot to make, so it's a good call by Lolo to ADS him. Nothing much more Benja could do here, but G2 ends up winning the round, so I guess that's job done by them. Then they go CC. He gets on Thorn, which is now a really powerful trap operator in the game. He has a shotgun, he has the CZ, which is a pretty strong secondary gun, and a really good gadget. This barbed, honestly, something I don't like, because it's bugged. There's a chance that the guy can walk up close and not get hit by the barb. And even if it wasn't bugged, it's really far up on the stairs, and it's also exposed to the pipe. So if an attacker spawned, went under the main window and shot the pipe, it would get the barbed wire as well. And there's, I don't know, that takes like 5 seconds to do, and they got rid of the barb without using any utility. So I would shoot the pipe and move the barb further down on the stairs, so it's a better like utility placement.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
G to extend to bedroom. Nice little thorn traps you can learn from him. But then he gets into a passive position in the corner of gym again, and basically waits half of the round here. Jacuzzi gets breaching. Throws a door trap, so he doesn't have to cover that angle. And now Heretics is gonna do a fast execute for logistic. Raura and Blitz are walking up main stairs. It's gonna be Dora dropping the Logi Edge with the BB. And one guy in the jacuzzi balcony. It's either Akui or or Zara. It's Akwi. He's breaching Basum at the same time. Blitz is coming up main stairs. Alamau dies to a blitz, which is pretty unfortunate, but overall nice 5-man execute from Heretics on this side of the map. And as soon as Benja realizes he's isolated because Shaiko is in office, Stompen's injured in bedroom, and he's alone in gym with a CZ against BB and 3 other attackers. He drops, which is honestly the right call here to make. Then Shaiko does Shaiko things in logistics and ends up winning the round. But it's a really good decision by Benja to drop here and not contest too much. By keeping alive, he basically enables Shaiko to do this play, because there's always a possibility to get flanked, and like the pressure is there for the attackers, you know, like there's 3 guys alive, not 2. So he did a really good play by dropping off and keeping alive. And then, yeah, Shaiko basically pops off, but even if he didn't, if he died to this guy on con single, Benja could have refract him pretty easily. Now G to go back to church. Let's see what Benja does. He gets on the mute instead of the smoke displacement. Really good mute jammer placement to deny logistic drones. And then he does a little bit of setup for Stompen, I assume. Some mute jammers, some rotations. It's a soft roam. Bar hedge is reinforced again. And then what happened to the sound? I don't know what happened to the sound. I hope it will come back. Yeah, it come back. He went to strip. He tried to hide, but the drone spotted him, shot the drone and came back instantly. Good play. Now they know that they have Dokkaebi, which makes it even harder to roam, but Benja decides to stay up in bar with the hatch closed alone. I guess since they are leading 6-3 and they are probably one of the most confident teams in the world, it's something they can do since they are all like stars and have the confidence to do this plays. Objectively, I don't agree with this play, but it ends up not mattering much. He doesn't see the drone behind him. He goes into stock. He hears the guy walking to the stock door and then gets like overwhelmed by 2 guys and the drone information. So we could say it's unlucky, but honestly I think it could have been prevented if he just fell back. It wasn't really necessary to make this play, but he tried and failed. Everyone can decide if it's worth it or not. They end up losing the round, but now they go Jim? Yeah, this is Jim. He plays to Barao with the SMG, which is something I'm not used to. Usually people play to Barao with the DMR, but we know that Benja is not really a fan of DMRs, so it's a small thing, but still interesting to point out. It's seems like a default fallback extension to cache. He gets some default cams at the first 3 seconds of the round. The reason why that's really good is because maybe he can spot some operators, or by the order of how the attackers shoot the default cam, he can point which side of the push is the main side. Like if attackers leave up an outside cam on one side of the map, then he can call out to the team that, hey guys, they're not pushing this side, let's move more bodies to the other side. Which is exactly what happens here, by the way. Jacuzzi cam is not shot, so they know it's gonna be a great stake. Shaiko playing on Catwalk is gonna get forced out because they have the Monty. Benja is playing to deny the CC wall for him. He can deny 30 seconds with the Tubarao. We'll see that Shaiko is gonna stay until the last Tubarao and then leave. This is basically like textbook time waste by G2. Now Shaiko leaves. They wasted a bit of time for Catwalk. And now they go to the other layer of the fallback, which is cache. And he gets ready to C4 again. And this round he's going to get a kill from it, if I remember correctly. They almost get some damage or kill on the on the Monty, sorry. Good C4 by Elamao, but it ends up missing. And now they make a hole. The attackers make a hole on the cache wall, but this hole is really bad. Like, I like the way G2 did more, but G2 banned the ace, so it's a bit harder to do with the Hibana. Look at this, he's gonna C4 Riaz. Goodbye Riaz. Nothing much he can do, honestly. And then G2 ends up staying. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in cache right now. They want to contest a bit with the Azami, which is a good play by them. They get the Hibana, and then he almost gets the BB. Why do I keep saying BB? Monty. Honestly, well played by them. Like, as you can see from now, Doki is just holding down the side for every potential backstab. But it's like G2 are throwing 4 guys to fight for cache, which is hard to clear as an attacker. And G2 end up overall winning this round. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this little breakdown of this POV. Again, I wanna say shout out to this guy. He does a lot of POVs from pro players. I watch a lot of these to learn and implement stuff into my gameplay. And if anyone wants to be better at the game, I highly recommend doing the same. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my channel please and leave a like. And if you have any questions or feedback about this video, feel free to comment. And yeah, see you guys later or in the next one. Who knows?